All right, good afternoon to the community of Othello. We will begin our program with a welcome message from Zach Rocha, who will be a senior next year at Othello High School and your new ASB president for the 2021-2022 school year.
Hello there, MMS. I just want to congratulate you on making it to high school. I know it took a lot of hard work, dedication to make it there, but now that doesn't matter. You are now the small fish in the big ocean, and I need to help you to survive in high school. Here are 3 tips on how to survive in high school. Number 3, you should join sports, clubs, ASB, just get involved so you're just not doing nothing, meet new people. That's where you make all your friends and have the most fun. That's where I've had the most fun anyway. Number 2, you should go to school events and dances, if we have them this year, because those are really fun as well. Go to games, get loud and get crazy. Just have fun over there. And number 1, don't slack off as a freshman. You don't want to be that one senior, junior in a class, a bunch of 14-year-olds because you failed half your classes. Just don't be that one person. Pass your class as a freshman. You don't want to be that one guy. So enjoy it. Have fun. You only get 4 years of this, unless you're that 5th-year senior who stays another year to have fun. And congratulations again, and welcome to Othello High School.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 McFarland Middle School 8th grade promotion. My name is Jessica Shank, and I am the principal here at McFarland, where we are happy to honor our 8th graders as they prepare to promote to Othello High School. I'd like to welcome those of you who are watching online, as well as those of you who are here in person. And to those of you who are here, thank you for continuing to wear your masks, as that allows us to provide this in-person opportunity. Right now, our 8th graders are standing along the side here, waiting to come in. And in a few moments, they will each come across the stage to get their certificates, and then they will go out to the front of the school to have their pictures taken. I ask that you please remain seated until all the classes have come through. Then you will have the opportunity to go out front as well and congratulate your 8th grader and take pictures before they return to class. Before we begin today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge that this has been a hard and often difficult year for our students. But I am also proud of how so many of them have maintained a positive and energetic attitude about their education. I also want to specifically thank you, the parents, family, and friends of our students, because your support helped make their success possible. We know how you work to ensure that your child had internet access at home so that Zoom and Google Classroom would work. You helped them understand the AB schedule. You made sure they came to school every day with masks and attestation forms. And you also reached out to teachers and to counselors for help or to ask questions. We also know how so many of you gave your child regular words of encouragement and assurance that things were going to work out, and they did. But this was not always easy. So again, thank you for your work and your patience. And now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Kathy Anderson, our 8th grade counselor.
As I look over at the 8th graders over there, it's hard to remember back to the beginning of 7th grade when you all entered MMS. But I do remember some uneasiness and insecurities, and maybe even some fear in most of you. Leaving the comfort of your elementary school and entering a bigger school with more students was overwhelming and took a little getting used to. But you faced it and soon became comfortable here at MMS. In March, I watched as you left MMS, confused and uncertain, as we entered into a very challenging and unknown territory of online or Zoom school. You took it on, you did your best, and again, soon became more comfortable, zooming in with your teachers and classmates. In January, we cheered as you once again entered MMS, masked up with some uneasiness, fear, and excitement. It's been quite a roller coaster for you. It's been emotional and challenging. But one thing I see in you is resilience. You've had to learn different ways and different settings than any group we've ever had at MMS. And you're now here at the end of this journey, stronger and wiser and more confident than ever. You have the endurance and resilience to take on high school, and I know you're going to do it with flying colors. I missed you all when we left in March, and I will miss you all when you leave here this week. I loved getting to know you, and I'm so grateful for the time I got to spend with you. I wish each and every one of you the very best as you start a new chapter at Othello High School.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Anderson. I'm here to present, in this part of the program, the Mustang Way Award. Traditionally at McFarland Middle School, we've always presented a citizenship award to two of the most deserving students for the promoting class. This year we're doing something different. We wanted to do something that would speak to the characteristics of what a Mustang is, or what is the Mustang Way. So if you take the word Mustang itself, Mustangs, and convert it into an acronym, the M would mean maintains integrity. U for unify and empathy. S for sets goals. T for tries their best. A for are accountable. N for normalizes kindness. G for grows in positivity. And S shows respect. In doing something new this year, we did poll our staff, teachers, and support personnel, everyone, to nominate students who they feel best embody these characteristics of the Mustang Way Award. And so we narrowed it down to the top 15 finalists. These are the names of your finalists: Aaliyah Dominguez, Claire Gilbert, Diana Gomez, Kimberly Gonzalez Pineda, Jaden Hale, Melody Hernandez Vasquez, Daisy Lopez, Jesus Mendoza Avila, Khalel Osuna, Mason Perez, James Risenmay, Riley Rodriguez, Samantha Shade, Ingrid Soriano, and Jose Torres. Those are your finalists for the Mustang Way Award. But now that we are in our third and final day of our promotion ceremonies, doing this in different sessions, I'm pleased to announce those who have already been announced. We have, and come on up, Mr. James Risenmay, Samantha Shade, Ingrid Soriano, and Melody Hernandez Vasquez. So there are a total of 7 winners for the Mustang Way Award. 7 for the number of letters that make up the word Mustang. When you look at the entire student body that we have in the 8th grade, we have 350 students. But if only 7 can win, that only makes up 0.02% of the students who win this award, which in my opinion makes it prestigious, and for these students, very well deserving. So, to announce our final 3 winners who happen to be in this final ceremony, our first Mustang winner for this afternoon's session is Claire Gilbert. I love the surprised look. Those are the best. Our 6th Mustang Way Award winner, Riley Rodriguez. And our 7th and final Mustang Way Award winner, who couldn't be here with us today, but is Mason Perez, and Mr. Chad Smith will accept it on his behalf. So if you guys can laugh. line up on this black line. We're going to have Mr. Lachelle take a picture of you guys. James, come on this side a little bit. Your Mustang Way Award winners, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, students, and congratulations. So before we begin with the presentation of the class of 2025, I'm going to invite everyone and encourage everyone, even though that this is a nice ceremony, it's okay to cheer. It's okay to celebrate. It's okay to clap for these students. This is their day, so let's make the most of it and let them know how we feel about their accomplishment today. At this time, I'd like to invite our board member who is present today, Lindsay Malott, Mrs. Lindsay Prowse, Othello School District Board Member. And now I'd like to present our first presenter for the class of 2025, Mr. Robert Pruneda.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. It is a pleasure for me to introduce my lovely advisory class. But before we get there, I always have taught my class this year. It's my first year that I've ever taught advisory class. I've been here 13 years. It's my first year I'm teaching in advisory, and that's because of COVID. So one of the things that we teach our advisory class is a curriculum called Character Strong. And in Character Strong, we talk about how these kids can be a better person every single day. What are the qualities? And one of the qualities that I tried to instill in my class this year was taking a negative and making it a positive. Even in this COVID year, how could COVID be a positive thing? Well, one positive thing that COVID showed me as a teacher was I'm a part of an advisory class, and I love being an advisory teacher. I was able to watch my class grow. The first half of class, the year we were online, and that was very rough for my advisory class. I had 2 students that had all Fs, and I had 1 student with 36 missing attendances. He didn't show up. And I'm happy to announce that every single person in my advisory class, morning and afternoon, don't even have 1 F. And so it's been a great pleasure to see these kids grow. I'm glad they're back here in school, and I'm excited for their achievements. And it's very important to understand the achievement of these students would never be possible if it wasn't for our wonderful staff. We have Mr. Marty Garza, who's a former student of mine. He's a police officer. He's in here making sure that our kids are safe. We have board members. We have a custodian, Ms. Casada, who's here helping the kids. We have P.O., Edgar Vega. We have Ms. Dauber. It takes a village to make these kids what they are today, and I'm proud to say that these kids are who they are because of their surroundings. So thank you for everybody, and also the parents for making sure that these students are here in school. With great pleasure, I will announce my first student, Ernesto Duran. Oscar Limas Silva. Angel Lira. Jonathan Martinez. Marisa Martinez. Christopher Angel Molina Perez. Brian Reno Juarez. Julissa Sauceda. Isaac Silva Castillo. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Pruneda. At this time, please welcome Mr. Victor Quiros.
Good afternoon, parents, family, and friends. Thank you all for being here this morning to celebrate your sons and daughters promotion ceremony. a big stepping stone into their educational careers. Buenos días, padres, familiares y amigos. Gracias a todos por estar aquí esta mañana celebrando el logro de su hijo o hija, que es un paso importante hacia su carrera educativa. Like many of my fellow teachers have stated the last couple of days, this year was different and difficult at times. We were all navigating through uncharted waters. However, we overcame and made this year a memorable one. Como dijeron muchos de los maestros, este año fue un año un poco diferente y un poco difícil, pero un año memorable. I've had a very special group of 8th graders this year. All of them whom I had last year as well. Tuve un grupo especial este año que también tuve el año pasado. During our time together, we learned a lot from each other. We shared some good laughs, made some good memories, and had great conversations in class and on Zoom. Durante nuestro tiempo juntos, aprendimos sobre nosotros mismos, compartimos muchas risas en clase y sobre el Zoom. And like I mentioned, I've had them for 2 years. A lot of them were in my Spanish class last year, and it was awesome having them again this year. During those 2 years, I was able to see them grow academically and as individuals. This growth that I've seen in each one of them has shown me that they are ready for the high school. Durante estos años pude mirar el crecimiento académico y también como individuos. Este crecimiento me ha demostrado que están listos para la escuela secundaria. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of you, but I know it's going to be full of success. Good luck and come visit me from time to time. No puedo esperar a ver lo que les trae el futuro. Buena suerte y regresen a visitarme de vez en cuando. I'm going to leave you with a quote, and since I'm a Spanish teacher, I'm going to say it in Spanish. So les voy a dejar con un reto. Su esfuerzo valió la pena, valdrá la pena. Nunca pares, nunca te conformes hasta que lo bueno sea lo mejor y lo mejor sea lo excelente. So I'm going to try to translate that. Your effort was well worth it. It will be well worth it. Never stop, never conform until your better becomes your best. So with that, I present to you my 8th grade class. Brianna Corona. Andrea Duran. Sofia Danae Garza. Areli Maldonado. Elizabeth Maldonado. Y Perla Salazar Pineda. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Quiros. Up next, please welcome Miss Lindsay Scott.
There we go. I was expecting it again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, 8th graders, families, friends, and staff members. 8th graders, I know you can't believe it, but this day is finally here. Even though this year started out not like we expected, I'm so proud to see your perseverance and growth and feel lucky to have been a part of this chapter in your life. I wish you luck as you embark on this next journey at OHS and hope you feel as confident in your own skills and abilities as I see in each of you. I look forward to seeing all that you can accomplish throughout these next few years. And with that, I now present to you my 8th grade advisory students. Aiden Flores. Jesus Garcia Ramirez. Jocelyn Garcia Ayala. Jenny Leon. Brian Medina Sanchez. Omar Silva. And Salvador Vasquez Mendoza. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you.
Up next, Mr. Chad Smith.
Good afternoon. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time today to say all the things I would like to say to each one of my advisory students. from Melody, who was always willing to help me out, to Lovey, who made my day more times than she'll ever know, to our own TikTok celebrity Benji, and our trivia queens, Claire and Sophia. I will never be able to say the Pledge of Allegiance again without thinking of Riley. And from the quiet strength and wisdom of my Miguels to my confident, outgoing Mason and every one of you in between. You are the most amazing group of young men and ladies I've been blessed to teach. You've all grown so much this year, and I'm so very proud of every one of you. I couldn't have asked for a better group of kids to spend COVID with. As bizarre, crazy, and tough, and at times really frustrating this year was, you made it worthwhile. You made a difference in my life, and I hope I was able to repay you in kind. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. My advisory students. Jorge Anguiano. Eduardo Beltran Guzman. Lovey Franco. Benji Garza. Claire Gilbert. Alma Morales. Mason Perez. Riley Wade Rodriguez. Grace Roylance. And Miguel Vilches.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Up next, please welcome Mr. Von Uber.
I want to start off, parents, families, friends, thank you so much. I know you probably have heard it lots of times over the past few days if you watch the YouTube videos, but honestly, without you, it couldn't have worked this year. I've been blessed. My advisory has been an amazing advisory, and I know it's credit to you for the way you've raised them and the upbringing that you've given them. I want to start with a quote from Nelson Mandela. He said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And I can honestly say, knowing my advisory students morning and afternoon, that they are going to change the world. They are a great group of students who are going to do great things, and they can accomplish a lot. And it's been really proud to have them and to be part of that. Starting the year, it was kind of scary because I had blank screens, and I was a little nervous that my kids were going to be kind of different. Because I was like, if you don't want to show your face, that's a little different. Came back in January, saw their faces, they didn't want to talk. Now every day in advisory, they talk. We have discussions. We talk about nicknames. We're not going to mention those because some of them are kind of crazy. We talk about, the world around us. And I can honestly say, like the girls in our class in this afternoon are amazing because they stand up for others. They stand up for those who need it, and they're there to always support them, and I can't be more proud of them. Every day, though, I come in, I put gas in my car, and I love coming to work because of my advisory students. They make each day great. Whether it's Doggo showing up drinking a Red Bull because he knows he's not going to be able to make it without it, or whether it's Adam coming in, shaking my hand, and asking me to play basketball. Every day is great. These students are amazing, and I couldn't be more proud of them and what they're going to do. Steve Martin once said, "Be so good that they can't ignore you." And that's my message to my advisory class. They are amazing. They are good students. They are good people, and I will never forget them. When I'm 65 and going to retire, I'm going to remember them. Every single one of them because of, one, COVID, but also because of who they are. They have made a lasting impression on me and have made a difference in me as a teacher. And I couldn't be more proud of what they have done this year and what they've gone through. So with that, I'm going to present the names of my advisory students. We're going to start with Alyssa Ayala. Next, Dago Policarpio. There we go. Edwin Enriquez Alonso. Jose Angel Garcia de la Cruz. Bella Nevea Garza. Diana Gomez. Savannah Marie Guevara. Lana Malat. Bernice Pineda. Riker, I can't say his middle name, Rodriguez. Adam Roman. Tanya Silva.
Thank you, Mr. Uber. Please help me welcome Mr. Ernesto Zamora.
Good afternoon. I remember being here a couple years ago in the 90s. Mrs. I still call them Mr. and Mrs. Kathy and Steve and Chad. They were here when I promoted, and we had to wear suits back then. So I decided to wear a suit today just to remember those times. It was a really crazy day for me. Because, you know, in our advisory, we learned this thing called growth mindset. And that's what I focus on the whole time. They know it. I think I wanted to brainwash them with growth mindset, honestly. And what that means is that they have the ability just to keep learning, because it was a really hard year for them, especially for parents. You had to learn how to do Zoom. You had to learn how to figure out how to log on. And if you had little ones, like a first grader and a second grader, and if you had a seventh and eighth grader, you don't know if they logged on or not. And I had some parents say, did my son log on? I think he did, because all we saw was black screens as well, like Mr. Uber said. I didn't know their names. I didn't know how they looked. And when they got here, they had to adapt to a new learning environment. They had to wear a mask. As you can notice, I'm always flicking my mask. And that's all I could see. It was amazing this morning that I actually got to see their faces for the first time. And I couldn't believe it, like, wow, this is what you look like. But this class has been a really fun class for me. I have enjoyed them. We have our own CNN spokesman in our class. If we need the 411, he knows everything about the school. And he lets me know, Mr. Mora, this is going on, this is what happened. I won't mention the name. But this class was really fun for me. It was probably one of the funnest classes I had. They were just talking. They were engaged in all the conversations. And I am really pleased that advisory is a good place for these kids just to talk and learn new things about who they are. So my advice to you guys, I'm going to go over here because I need to look at you. Guys, I want you guys to remember, you have to have a growth mindset, and you have to be able to adapt. You're going to go to 9th grade, and guess what? What I always tell you guys, 9th grade goes really fast, 10th grade goes really fast, 11th grade, 12th grade. And one of these days, it's going to be year 2025. It's going to go really fast. But I want you to remember that you have to have a growth mindset. And with that, I want to introduce our first student. It's Asaf Samuel Alfaro Vasquez. Adalberto Ayala Farias. Alexis Barajas Torres. Ebony Lorena Chavez. Joali Jeanette Cortez Castañeda. Rosa Isela Cruz Reyes. Gonzalo Faustino Ayala. Brenda Giselle Lopez Nopala. Arturo Martinez Gonzalez. Kayla Mendoza. Juan Carlos Osorio Mendoza. Alejandra Rizzo Perez. Emily Romero Angel. And now here with us today, Nathan Isaac Schmidt.
Thank you, Ernie. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have one more student who arrived after Mr. Pineda had presented. So it's my honor to present Dagoberto Sanchez Sanchez. Thank you, Mrs. Prowse. We appreciate your help this afternoon. So before I hand this over to Mrs. Shank with the closing message, it's very important that with everything that's happened this week with promotions and activities, that I offer a very special thank you to many people. First and foremost, to Jessica Shank and Brenda Dunn for their leadership, ideas, and support with this promotion ceremony. Kathy Anderson and Meredith Schaefer, and I'm doing it again, Meredith, it's her birthday today. She turned 28, right? She corrected me this morning. It's not 29, it's 28. So happy birthday, Mrs. Schaefer, and thank them both. They are an essential, vital part of our team at McFarland for the support they give to our kids and to our staff, so thank you very, very much. Thank you, Alondra Hernandez and our office staff for their support with printing tickets, the certificates, and communication to our community. Marisol Quesada and Gracie Garza for organizing our support personnel to staff this event. Patrick Lachelle, who you saw earlier, using his talent in photography to help us with photos of our students that are happening right now in front of our building with the Mustang statue, Spirit. Mary Quesada and our custodial staff for helping us with this ceremony and setting it up. Mr. John Lockard up on top there, and Beyond Sight Media for video recording. Our OSD translators, Antonio Ortega, Carmela Porfirio, Alicia Gonzalez, Emma Medina, and Dorothy Martinez, thank you very much. And finally, to Rigo Ozuna and his OSD technology crew for putting up with me and helping us with lighting, music, and streaming this event in English and Spanish for our great community. Please, let's give them a hand. And thank you, everyone. Mrs. Jessica Shank.
Before we end, I would like everybody to give a round of applause to Mr. Carlos Gonzalez for his organizational skills and attention to detail for putting this together. Thank you, Carlos. I have two quick announcements before we end. I want to let everybody know that the videos from Monday, Tuesday, and today will be put together into one single video so that all of our students can see their classmates promote together. The second is that in just a moment, I invite you to use our hallways on either side of the stage to go to the front of the building to find your 8th grader and congratulate them. We do have class the rest of today and the rest of the week, but if you do want to check your child out to go celebrate, you are welcome to do that as well. So thank you very much for coming. We appreciate all of you, and we hope you have a wonderful afternoon.